Alright, cue detective music. So we are closing in on the end of May, and we have a lot of interesting things happening at the same time during the next 3 weeks. Now here's a roadmap for the most important dates we need to remember to properly frame this video first. A lot of people don't know this. On the 22nd of May, we have the OG Dragon's Dogma anniversary for North America and the 25th for Europe. Both of these dates are placed nicely within that week to be a good day for an announcement. But the way this aligns with another important upcoming Capcom event makes this so much more interesting now. The Monster Hunter devs have announced an upcoming title update with reintroduced 8-star tempered apex predators, as well as an internal collab with one of their IPs. The date for this collab and what game they will collab with is still unknown, but in the past they have done similar collabs with games like Devil May Cry, Street Fighter, Mega Man and Resident Evil. Now for this year's event we have 3 strong contenders, and Devil May Cry is one of them. Not long ago they premiered a new adult animated series featuring Dante on Netflix. Since the first season was launched on the 3rd of April, with positive reviews from critics, this collab could be a way to further boost the tension around the game and their new animated series. Next we have Street Fighter. The last collab with this game was 7 years ago, and with their upcoming release for the Switch 2 on the 5th of June, this could be a good way to further boost sales and attention around that event. And then we have the potential Dragon's Dogma collab, and personally, I think this is the strongest contender for this event, and I'll get back to this later in the video. But first we need to take a look at what's been going on over on SteamDB the last couple of weeks to fully understand why this collab makes sense right now. The first one here tells us that the devs have in the last period added content descriptors including DLC in the title. Now this could mean files that are added for an upcoming expansion or just downloadable content in the game for cosmetics. We don't really know at this point, but either way, this means we're getting some kind of news soon. And honestly, right now, I think any kind of news and content for Dragon's Dogma 2 is welcomed by the community. The next Steam update that caught my attention is this one. This update was created just 2 days ago, and it says here that they changed Steam Deck compatibility for the game. And of course, after all of the letdowns, we see the community here is really struggling to believe this. And here we have something interesting, and they state here, not going against this, they have been silent for 12 days. I think because of the Golden Week in Japan today, they resumed work, and this is the result. I know because I'm in Japan for this DLC. It could mean the stuff that is already in the store like a fairy stone, port crystal, etc. It could also mean that they're working on something. Who knows? And they further explained that I posted that added trailer post and I was wrong, because one of the commenters showed me the idea of that change was already old. Basically, it was an old trailer that was just edited for age. It's happened to other games same day, but the change in the post above might be suspicious. I'm not really sure how they could make the game run properly on Steam Deck, since it's already difficult to run the game on the strongest consoles. But if they have figured a way to optimize this properly, then this is huge. It also means they'll most likely have a trailer announcement or something to bring this out in different media, which again aligns perfectly with the potential end of the month collab with Monster Hunter. The way these collabs worked in the past is that they would create new skins and weapons from those games and import them into Monster Hunter. The Street Fighter and Devil May Cry events did exactly that, but this was 7 years ago, and one would think that for this event they will create something bigger. Adding other elements than equipment sounds far-fetched, since monsters in these games don't really mix well, but that's where Dragon's Dogma comes into play. Dragon's Dogma monsters are huge and climbable, and would fit nicely into the Monster Hunter universe. On top of that, we have both games running on the RE engine now, giving us another reason to believe that importing, let's say, the Red Dragon into Monster Hunter would be much easier this time around. And looking at this from Capcom's perspective for a moment, what they want is of course to increase their Monster Hunter player base and sales. And personally I think Dragon's Dogma players are far more likely to pick up Monster Hunter than, let's say, the DMC, Resident Evil and Street Fighter player base, even though these games are much bigger than Dragon's Dogma in comparison. But let me know what you guys think here. It's not easy to tell with Capcom these days. Of course, then we have Summer Game Fest right around the corner as well. On the 6th of June, Historically, we have gotten some big Dogma news during the summer event, so this could potentially be a great way for Capcom to announce their DLC or expansion for a much broader audience. Looking back at the roadmap for the events at the end of May and beginning of June, we see that the chances for news and the potential DLC for Dragon's Dogma 2 have never been greater. We just need to wait a bit longer now, so hang in there, Arisen, and I'll see you guys next week.